Hey, good morning, everyone. Um, if you didn't know already, Eric is not here. So me and my dad are flying it solo today. We'll see how this goes. I'm not usually one for talking, so this
Yeah.
should be interesting. What was that, Dad?
Oh, yeah, right. You never talk
I really don't.
unless, unless it's about the beholder. Then it's
Right, unless I get excited about what I'm talking about. Otherwise, I really don't like being the center of attention. I don't, but that's all
yeah,
right. I got a in high school, everybody thought I was a shy guy because I would never say anything until I really got to know him. And then once I get to know you and it's fine, then I don't shut up. So
yeah,
so it just
yeah.
depends. But it looks like we got a few people in here. I see Michael Dell's in here. I see Eric Getman is here magically. That's actually me. I'm signed in as Eric. And then it shows me in here, which I think is Dad, because I think he used my link to get in here. So the whole thing's all messed up. But
That's
Scott's in
okay.
here. Vote for Sunny is in here, and Joe is in here. We'll wait a little longer to see if anybody else shows up. There might be some problem with the link. I think to Chris just showed up. Hi, Chris. With the webinar link to get in. My dad had a different link to get in here, so I don't know how that happened, but I'm trying to do this for the first time, so at least I'm on camera. I think I'm on camera. Can everybody hear me at least? Let me check. Actually, check chat. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see you and hear you.
Okay. Well, that's you. Hopefully, everybody else can too.
Yeah,
But yeah, it'll be an interesting one. Um, I don't know. Not too much going on. I know Dad has kind of a cool announcement. I've been waiting for Eric and Dad to talk about it for a little while. They've been messing with it for weeks, and I know you've been getting into it a lot, Dad. So we'll
yes,
get.
I have.
Yeah, Eric says you're making sound bites and getting stuff ready. I said we need to buy you a board.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
we'll get to that. What are we gonna do first? Well, first I think I'll do the normal stuff of archery contest for Lords of Lothar. Where are we? We're the beginning of the month, the 6th of the month. And this week it's Traffic Explosion, Surf Skeleton, Click Yo Face Off. And then it wouldn't be right if Eric didn't have some of his programs in here. So it looks like Top Hits for You again and Shockwave Traffic. Those are the targets this week. And Chris is starting off strong again, beating Marcel by 20,000 almost, 20,000 points. And then Shane McCarthy's actually pulling up third with 13,000, so which is 8,000 over the next closest person. So maybe Shane will be able to take third place this week or this month, I mean. So we'll see how that goes. I was actually thinking, I haven't talked to Eric or Dad about it yet, but I was thinking I might do, and this will be awesome for Chris and Marcel, although I'll probably have to cap it for them because they get a lot of hits. I was thinking about offering cash, like a paid per promote type thing for the archery contest. I was thinking about doing that. I already offer cash surfing items, which is cool. But direct cash, I think, would be actually pretty cool for the cash surfing or archery contest. So we'll see how that goes. I haven't decided on that yet. So we'll see. Who else is in here? That's it so far. Oh, Brian's here. Hey, Brian. Mr. Cullen. So we'll see how the archery contest goes. You know what I didn't do? I didn't post the patch notes. I got up extra early this morning because I figured I got to get this webinars on air thing handled, make sure I got everything correct, and I forgot to do my normal stuff. Usually Eric does all this, and I don't have to worry about it. But let me see here. Let me edit and publish. Hopefully that was done because I didn't reread it. So anyways, I didn't get a huge amount done this week. I know I said I was going to spend a lot of time on TE stuff, but the Beholder fight seems to be breaking down. So I had to do some hot fixes on it and see if I can work out some of the bugs that that Marcel found and other people found. So we'll see here. I noticed that when I changed the hit points back to full, and you know what, let me actually give you the patch notes here in case you want to read it as well as you go through. And this, of course, is what I'm looking at right now, in case you want to see it. When I changed that last week, I changed the hit points back from what I had reduced it to, back to its normal amount. And I forgot to change when it does the division to figure out the percentage of its hit points. I forgot to add the max hit points there back to normal. So basically what was happening is it was giving everyone the wrong percentage. So weird stuff was happening where they burned through the first 30% really, really fast, and then it seemed to slow down and not kind of normalize. And then at the very end, everybody thought they were going to lose, and because they were running out of time, and they got to 9% and it instantly died. Well, I think what happened there is, like I said, the percentage was just showing incorrectly because I didn't have the max. It wasn't dividing by the max percentage or the max hit points that it was supposed to. So the math was wrong there. So, but you guys ended up defeating it, which is cool. We got some drops and stuff there, so that was awesome. Also, the defeated banner wasn't showing up. I'm still not sure why how it was showing up the first time, but not this time, which was kind of weird. So I fixed that. And then, of course, that's another thing that I did. I changed the hit points in the table to make the hit points correct. But what I didn't realize is when I wrote the code, silly enough, it doesn't pull it from the table. It actually pulls it from hard code on the page itself. So even though I'm changing the max hit points on the table, it doesn't set the beholder's hit points to that. It pulls it off the actual page. So the hit points weren't as high as they were supposed to be either. So on top of the percentage, the max hit points being wrong, the actual hit points were also wrong too. So that's why it was doing weird, funny stuff with the hit points. So I fixed that. I actually changed it on the page this time. So now the next time the beholder starts, it'll actually have the correct amount of hit points. And then I started thinking about it. The original Beholder fight, the very first time we launched it was like 5 days long or something like that, give or take a few hours. And I decided it's too long, so I shortened it to approximately 20 to 24 hours. And Marcel's was saying, it seems like it's getting shorter and shorter, or it seems like it's only 20 some hours. So I said, you know what, I'm going to make it Oh, Chris is talking about. Sorry, I was reading Chris's comment about the past tense of smite, which I thought was funny. Yeah, I'll take a look at it. I think it's the accuracy is based on the type of weapon that it is, and it might be a heavy hammer. So if it's a heavy hammer, the accuracy on it kind of sucks. So that's just kind of how it is. But I'll take a look, and maybe I'll make it a small hammer instead or something for you, Chris. So I ended up overall increasing the duration to 36 hours total. So now you guys should have 36 hours to defeat the Beholder. And of course, since I did that, I also had to increase the hit points. Otherwise, you guys would kill him in 20 hours and it would be way too easy. So I increased the total hit points as well. I also increased the frequency at which the death rays happen. Before they're kind of long in between. So they're shorter. They're not much shorter, a couple minutes shorter, but it's shorter now. And but I didn't change the fact that death rays only happen after a certain amount of hit points, which I don't even remember how far down you have to get the Beholder before it starts doing that. But that's one thing I also changed with the Beholder. And the big thing, which I'll be interested to see to make sure that it works, because I didn't live test it because the Beholder's still active. I didn't shut it. I can shut it down and retest it, but I didn't do that. Resing in chat. As long as both of you are in the fight, the Beholder fight should count towards your statistics at the end of the fight, which is a big one. I know, people are resing in chat because it's convenient and easy. You don't want to have to wait to the prize page to actually res somebody. So now, whenever you res anybody, As long as both of your characters, not accounts, both of your characters are in that particular fight, they should both. You should get credit for rezzing that person, which is good. So that way, it shows who's rezzing, and you should get credit for it now. So that's, like you said, I spent a lot of time last week working on just the Beholder fight again, trying to smooth out the wrinkles with that. I was hoping I would be done with it and I could just let it run. Let you guys start it whenever you want to, as long as you have an eye and that sort of thing, as long as it's not too close to the last fight. But anyways, that's what I spent most of my time on last week, was all that kind of sort of stuff. That and trying to clear out all my support tickets. I had quite a few for the quest log bug, where you get the same quest. If it's possible, if you level up, you have an old quest that you can get a new quest of the same type. So, for instance, killed 2 humanoids. And when that happens, it throws everything all out of whack. So basically what I end up having to do is go in there and remove the old one and move the progress from the old one to the new one, so that way you don't lose out on killing those mobs. But I need to fix that bug eventually too. One of these days I'm going to have to sit down and fix that. That should only happen when you level up from a multiple of 10. So if you're level 9 and you have a kill humanoids quest, and you level up to level 10, and you still have the humanoids quest from level 9, you can technically still get a level 10 now humanoids quest, and then the whole thing just goes all crazy. So that's something I for sure, that's a known bug I gotta work on. For now, I'm just, whenever I see that, I'm trying to do it manually, and then of course I get support tickets every so often saying that they're not they're not getting credit. Well, you are getting credit. It's just you're getting credit on the one that you can't see, and the whole thing is just messed up. So I definitely need to fix that. And that's basically it for Lords of Lothar. So I don't know. This week I'm hoping maybe I'll fix that bug this week that I was just talking about. But I really need to get the promotional stuff out there. I wanted to make a bunch more advertisements. There's only like 5 or 6 splash pages in there, and there should be a lot more than that. So I wanted to work on some of that. Thing is, I'm not much of an artist, so that part kind of sucks. But we'll figure it out. I'll have to hit up a Fiverr or something, get something going on for splash pages, because there's a bunch of those. And then which one is past tense of smite, Chris? I think that one is the hammer that smites for you. That one's probably pretty cool. I think that one would be pretty cool to use. Also, this time I'll do it not at the very, very end. Here you go. Let me do your link and your password for it. Although technically I'm not flying solo, Dad's here, which is good. That helps a lot.
I think so.
Yeah.
So far I've been taking up all the time, but that's
well. I did my spiel, and it took 13. That only took 13 minutes. Come on, it's supposed to take like 35 minutes. But so anyways, that's LOL. Your LOL update for this week. I was also going to try, just out of curiosity, see if it works, because I don't think we've done it yet. So let's do this. Let's see if this works. First, let's do an update. Anton's here. Hi, Anton. Let's see if I missed anybody else. Shane, and we saw. Hey, Shane. Ken is here. Joanne. Scott is here. I know Marcel. I wonder if Marcel's having troubles, or he's burnt out. He's burnt out on LOL. And here is your. Okay, this is I want to try to see if this works. I don't know. I've never done this before I did it in Spreecast, but we never did it here. So let's see how that works. I don't know what that looks like. What does that look like to everybody? Can you see it too, Dad? Can you see the poll or no?
No. Actually, I'm in the Google Hangouts tab, which is where I should be, right?
You want to be in webinars in there most of the time, I think. Yeah. It's the square one that looks like Simon says.
Group chat on the right, anything in, and I don't see anything about who's in the meeting or not. You know,
Yeah,
I mean, I don't really see anything going on. So all I see is pictures.
yeah, you're in the wrong one. It should be the webinars in there. It looks like a square. It has red in the top right corner and blue in the top left corner, although that's backwards on camera. I don't know. Hey, someone voted. I don't know who voted. Yeah, I can't see your votes, so feel free to be candid.
Okay. Ah,
You see
now I
webinars
can
in there?
see chat.
Yeah, now you should be able to see chat, and then I clicked on at the top. I just started that way. I just started a poll, but I don't know if anybody can. Well, one person voted. I don't know who voted, but somebody voted on it.
Yeah, I don't see that, but it may be because it was posted when I wasn't in here. So
Either that, or because you're a presenter or
yeah, but
host, or I don't know what they call it here.
that's true.
But yeah, I just started a poll over there. I think it's over there for you guys. I have no idea. Like I said, I probably should have tested this before I tried, but see, Sunny clicked on the poll button and voted. So I'm guessing the poll button's over there. Oh, looks like there's a new vote. Oh, and if you're here watching the YouTube on actual gpowercast.com, on the, check it out, I did it right on the first try. On the left-hand side, or right-hand side there, and of course I say it wrong, on the right-hand side there, there's a register button. Just type in your stuff there, and it'll give you a webinars on the air link, and you can actually join us in here and chat and do the polls and stuff. So if you're watching the YouTube link, you can register over there at gpowercast.com.
And now you got 2 votes.
Yeah, 2 votes. Brian voted also. On the left third button down, Brian says it's to your right. So yes, right, but that way, which is left for me because everything's backwards. 3 votes, but anyhow, I was just messing with that. You can vote as you see fit. So anyway, Eric has been working on. When is Eric not working on something? On and off in the background, and we've been able to mess with it and test it. He didn't talk to me about talking about it today. He actually talked to Dad. What did he say, Dad? Did he say we can give out the? Because you're talking about.
Yeah, if you want to share the link, but I got to share a story.
Sure, go ahead. I can get the link for everyone while you do that.
Yeah. This comes back to 1956, and I was just out of kindergarten and about to go into first grade, and my family had a blue station wagon, and we decided to do the drive from Pittsburgh to Anaheim to go see Disneyland, just like Chevy Chase and the vacation people. We did this. And it took us several weeks, and Disneyland opened in June of 1955, and I was actually there in 1956, so I was there a year after it opened. Can barely remember anything about it other than the journey, but there is one thing that does stick out in my head. My mom's brother lived in Phoenix, Arizona, which is on the way, and so we stopped to visit them for several days, and one of the days happened to be a Saturday, and my uncle was a singer and a member of a barbershop quartet group. And they had been hired to do a commercial for Chevrolet. So they sang this song, see Arizona today in your 57 Chevrolet. And they went to a radio station to record this thing. And they took us with us so we could see it. And we actually got a tape of the commercials when they were done recording them. And that was the first time I had ever been inside a radio studio, and I was completely fascinated with it and got interested in broadcasting and went absolutely insane at the time. And decided that whatever it was, when I grew up, I was going to be on the radio. That was the coolest thing ever. And when I got into high school, I was still very interested in electronics and stuff, and so my dad bought me a course where had tubes and capacitors and resistors and all kinds of stuff, and I could build projects. There were like 12 of them in this kit. One of the ones that I built was a little tiny AM radio transmitter, And so I built this thing, and it could broadcast, about 50 feet. And so I hooked it up to a long metal clothesline that ran from our house all the way back up over the hill to the cabin that the woodshed that my dad built in the back. So I could ride around in the car and hear this for about a half a mile, up and down the road from my house. And I started broadcasting my own radio station as a hobby after school every day. And I spent all my life on this thing, man. Got really fascinated with it. And as Danny and I were talking before, I was blessed with a really funny voice. So when I got to college, I studied, I majored in broadcast communications and figured I'd have to end up in the engineering field because the on-air guys would just laugh when they heard me talk. Well, somehow Eric came up with the idea that we ought to have something to keep us occupied while we're surfing the Kevin Bauer surf sites. I mean, we've got to surf all 4 of them at the same time, and there's so many people that are going through trying to get the bonuses every day, and the extra, the little bar that moves across the bottom that tells us, when it gets full, everybody gets a 35% discount. I mean bonus.
Right.
And everybody's spending their day surfing. So Eric got the idea that it would be a good thing to have something to keep us occupied. So he came up, did some research, investigated a bunch of different companies, and came up with one. And the URL that Danny's going to put up for us is,
which I just did.
Okay, it's gpowercast.com/radio.
gpowersurf.com.
Gpowersurf. I'm on Power.
Everything's G-Power, yeah.
/radio. Yeah, everything's, yeah. And I have said that wrong so many times already. And not only that, but I type it in wrong when I'm going there.
Oh, I've done that a couple times myself.
Yeah. But the cool thing about this is we can upload songs. This is just a little thing like, Live 365 or Pandora or one of those. It's licensed. It's legal. And it's a lot of fun. So I've been uploading music like crazy. Now, when you go to that page, there's several different icons that you can use for different players that will play it. You can do the Windows Media Player, or you can use the iTunes Radio, or even a Flash player. But on the page itself, there's a little link that Eric put in there that says, click here to listen on this page. The advantage of being on that page is that there's a listing of random listing of songs that we have up there, and it's a survey. I mean, not a survey. It's a request line. And it's automated, so when you put in a request, when the next request segment comes up, your song will get put on there. That's been fun to play with. So you can do live requests that are automated, and also if there's something specific you want to hear or something specific that you don't like, you can always contact us through the G-Power-Surf group on Skype, or there's an @G-Power-Surf Twitter handle that we monitor, or you can send us an email or talk to us on chat or whatever. It's really interactive, so we can actually take this thing live. We can also pre-program it to run, and I'm in the process of putting together a schedule. We're planning on Movie Mondays that's hosted by Lobby Heads, which will be movie themed for Sunday evening, Thursday. So it'll be oldies all day on Thursday, and some other stuff that we have planned to put on there. We're also hoping to be able to put this live up on there as well. And there's a lot of other things that this is going to really come in handy for when we need a way to announce new things. But Eric's even got some other great plans for what to do with this. So it sounds like a really interesting thing. It's up there and it's live, but we haven't launched it yet. So we only wanted to announce it to to the people that were on this call. It's more or less beta at this point, so you're welcome to listen to it, to play with it, and enjoy it with us. But we might take it down to work on it at any time, or you might hear some really weird stuff as we're trying to test things out. But it's been running for a while. I actually went to Santa Barbara on Saturday, and I had to listen to the thing in the car all the way up. 5 hours I listened to, because I wanted to hear what the mix sounded like, and I'm looking for mistakes or any bugs like that that's in it. But it actually worked pretty good. So it may be a lot of fun. I don't know, but it's something that we wanted to put together just for the heck of it. Turn the music up loud and surf faster is what they say. So,
Yeah,
and I'm sure there'll be some bonuses and stuff too associated with it for the people who listen there. But right now we're just putting it together. But I did want on this call know about it because these are our closest friends pretty much, and want them to try it out. So what do you think of that?
Yeah, it'll be a couple minutes before you get an answer, because of the delay.
Right.
But yeah, I totally I totally put it on too whenever I have a chance to, and because I drive around a lot for work, I'll put it on and listen to it too. It's kind of funny. And then there's already kind of radio spots on there, radio ads and things like that are already on there. So you get to hear Eric, say stuff, and then they have, this is the G Power Surf Radio. It's pretty cool. It's definitely interesting to see all that. I never messed with. I didn't even know it was there. I didn't never mess with the request thing, but Eric was.
That's something we just added a day or two ago.
Yeah, because Eric was over here the other day. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Eric was over here the other day, and he was requesting stuff, and within two songs or so, it was popping in, and he's like, "Oh, there's a song I requested." I was like, "Oh yeah." So it's definitely pretty cool.
Module, so that's completely. Even in the middle of the night, if I'm asleep, that works. So people all over the place can do that, and we'll make sure to always leave slots in there for requests when people do them. But we're also glad to do them live. We're also going to be accepting material from other people. So if you want to play your theme song or advertise your sites or whatever, you'll be able to do that over there too. Eric's going to handle all that stuff as well.
Right. If Sonny wants to vote for Sonny ads.
Yeah. Vote for Sonny.
Yep. Yeah. Eric said you're getting all. He came to me one day, and I've been listening to it on and off. I didn't really have much input in it, and Eric came to the other day, a few days ago. And he says, "You know what? I think I'm going to let Dad basically handle the radio portion because he really loves it." So I'm like, "Yeah." I know he was like, he wanted to be a DJ and all that other stuff, and so it fits. So hopefully you'll have fun with it. Yeah, and I've totally said, I haven't said it. I thought in my head, I need to put like music somewhere on my surf bar so that way people can listen to stuff while they're surfing. Right. Because I do that anyway, right? A lot of times when I'm surfing, which is another thing that I spent a ton of time doing this week. I'll open up YouTube or something and put music up on in the corner just so I can have something to listen to while I'm surfing. And I don't know, I plan on putting in a couple radio spots and maybe promo codes and things like that for people who are actually listening to it. They can hear the promo code and go claim, for listening to G Power Surf Radio, they can go and get free credits or something. I don't know. I'll think of something to do. But yeah, I thought it was a awesome idea when Eric was talking about it. I'm like, that is a really good idea. So I don't know when, what the time frame is on when they're going to launch and that kind of stuff. I have no idea. But I thought that was really cool too when I heard it. And of course, there are different platforms to listen to it. I don't know. When I'm sitting at the desktop, I use Media Player. I don't know, on my iPad or whatever it is. I a lot of times I'll just click here to listen to this on this web page, which is cool too. So, and it tells you what's on right now. Apparently, Robin Thicke and Flo Rida is on.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool too.
I'm not listening, actually watching another show right now.
Oh.
I'm watching the G Power Cast.
Yeah. Those noisy videos on autoplay will stop then. That's a good point. I don't know. The thing is, I usually on when I'm sitting down to do a lot of surfing, I'm on Traffic Browser anyway. So one, it'll either stop all those autoplays, or I'll just turn the volume all the way down so I don't hear any of that stuff. So that's how usually I get around it, PJ, is I usually go with the Traffic Browser, just turn the volume all the way down on the browser so that way I don't hear all that stuff. And a lot of them it'll catch and stop the autoplay. There's also, if you're using Firefox, Eric showed me a pretty cool add-on or extension. I can't remember what they call it, but it will block all those autoplay stuff too, so you don't hear all the autoplay ads and stuff like that. Except for LOLs, because LOL has some of those. But I don't know. I think it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. It's definitely different. I don't know anybody else that's done it. Was that Pop? Oh. Sounds like my son's awake anyway.
That's weird on the chat when you're typing.
Yeah, it types as you, which you don't even show as an attendee, so I don't even know how that happens.
Yeah, it's really strange.
I don't know. The whole thing is weird.
Eric's going to watch the playback and then shoot us both.
Yeah, what are you guys doing? Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how that happened, because how am I typing as you when you don't even show as an attendee at all? I don't know. The whole thing is weird.
Yeah, cracks me up.
But
anyway, what I was going to say is my approach is I have two machines. One of them is for work and one is for home. And so I surf on my home machine with the volume down and I play the radio on my work machine. Works out cool.
Yeah, that does work too. Don't make fun of my poll. I'm pretty sure I spelled difficulty wrong. There's 2 F's in there, I'm pretty sure. But anyhow, so that's G Power Surf Radio. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully that'll be really, really cool. But yeah, Eric's in Sequoia, up in looking at some very, very large trees. The largest living tree, or largest living thing in the world is there, the General Sherman, right? Unless you're including the cloney trees, which I don't count.
There's John Olson, but
John Olson's largest living thing.
He's pretty big in stature, in
prestige.
Expertise. Yeah,
there you go.
Reputation, all those things.
But yeah, the General Sherman tree is there, so that's pretty cool. I don't know. Like I said, they have these trees that have all the same. They're basically clones of each other, and they share all the same roots. And some people say, "Oh, that's the largest living thing." That doesn't count. You're cloning yourself. That doesn't count. I don't like that.
And for all of you folks that are wondering, that is Mrs. Getman there in the.
Hi, Esther.
Well, she gets shy and runs away, but that's okay. We're glad to see her.
Let me post up. Here's your G Power flail links in case you need that again.
You have changed your angle, by the way, and I can't see Shauna coming up and down the steps anymore. So
yeah, that's specifically why I did it.
Yeah, because I mentioned it to her, so I figured I'd,
well, she went up. Yeah, she went up to get Troy. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see him in a second when he comes downstairs. You'll probably hear him.
There you go.
Yeah, because when he comes down, he yells "Dada" really loud. So we'll hear him in just a minute, I'm sure.
Yeah, he likes you pretty much.
Yeah, he likes Mama more, I think. He plays with Daddy a lot more, I think, but Mama has the food, so.
Yeah, that works with the dogs, too.
Yeah.
They like the one to feed them.
And then, speaking of, we spoke of archery contests a long time ago. G Power Cast Radio. This works for or G Power Surf Radio. See, I just did it right there, Dad.
Now I did it. Yeah, now I did it. I got everybody on the wrong one.
Well,
Well, if one doesn't work, the other one works.
I got one of these the other day, which Dad didn't seem to enjoy too much when he was a kid.
Yeah.
That's my bow.
Yeah, he's going back to medieval times now.
Well, it makes sense for Lord Lothar, right?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Oh, it's Bear. Bear apparently is the maker of it.
I got really heavy into archery when I was a kid. In Boy Scouts, we did it, and we used to go out to the range and stuff. It was kind of fun, but it used to hurt because I never had a good bow, and I never had proper equipment, and it really would hurt. The worst part was in this part of your hand because the feather would go through there, and I guess you need a glove to protect that. Huh?
Well,
but
the and I'm no expert. You know, I literally just started like 2 weeks ago, so I'm no expert.
Yeah.
But I shoot right-handed, so it's a right-handed bow. But if you notice on here, if you can see it, Dad.
Yeah.
This is what you need right here.
Yeah. Well, the bows and arrows that we had didn't have a.
You probably had a really,
really
primitive.
You had to support it on your finger.
Right, which you technically can buy a bow that still does that.
I mean,
yeah, but it
that's how you supported the arrow to aim it and everything. You didn't have anything to protect you on that. And I know there was a glove that you could wear, but the downside of that was you lost control a little bit because you couldn't feel it either, when you're holding the arrow. But we had, $5 bows, so they were really cheap, as were the arrows.
Sure. Well, you want cheap arrows.
My brother got really into it, though. He actually went hunting, bow hunting. There's a season in Pennsylvania for bow hunting, and he used to go every year. He really loved it, standing up in a blind and wait for the deer to walk by.
But he doesn't do it Indian style and go stalk them?
Yeah. Deer are too smart for that, man. They catch you.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun with it. So far, I think I've gone out and shot in my backyard just about every day since I got it.
You got a perfect backyard for it. You really are safe there. Because you got to be quite careful in the town, But
oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I have a big retaining wall back there, and I actually went and bought bales of straw, which I've never done in my life. Never thought I would need to.
Yeah.
But I went and bought bales of straw and put them up on my retaining wall. And if I miss, it goes, which hasn't happened yet, but if I miss for some reason, it'll hit the retaining wall and probably bust my arrow. But
well, mostly dirt. Well, yeah, I guess there are walls too.
Yeah, it's a lot of brick.
Different levels, but it is like a very high.
Oh yeah,
right there in the back.
It's like 18 feet tall, including the fence. So it's pretty big back there.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you found a hobby.
I really like it.
Yeah.
I don't know why I do, but I really do. It's kind of fun just to shoot back there. And I'm thinking already I need to make an archery ad where I shoot my camera. That'd be awesome. But yeah, that's what I've been doing in my spare time when I have spare time is shooting my bow. Looks like Sam Smith is on G Power Surf Radio.
Well, most of the time. Just like regular radio, he's on most of the time. No? Between him and Taylor Swift, man, that takes up a lot of the airwaves.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of Taylor Swift. And I heard Scott wants some Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Right, Scott?
Actually, there is a Bieber song on the charts right now that's
oh, really? I thought he fell off the face of the earth.
No, he's actually trying to clean up a little bit, so doing a good job.
Trying to clean up his image?
Yeah, trying to be a good boy for a change.
Did you see his roast, Dad?
Yes, I did. Yeah, that was a good one.
That was actually really funny.
That was a good one. He took that very well. He took his medicine.
I see Ivar's made it. Hi, Ivars. Anyway, I don't really have
Yeah,
much else to talk about. So there's
yeah, I
not.
think this will be a little shorter today.
Well,
I
it
don't.
helped. Sorry.
Yeah, with the holiday and everything, Eric's been really busy and uh, planning for the camping trip. Packing everything up and all that stuff. And so he's been really, really busy. So there hasn't been a whole lot happen in the last 5 or 6 days since last week.
Well, that and this. I mean, it's off school time, right? So the kids are home
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Actually, I think that makes him less busy. But when
Maybe.
the kids are in school, they got so much going on. But he manages to keep it together.
There you go.
Uh,
There he is.
there he is. Hi, guy.
Say, Dada.
I was going to mention, too, I don't know if everybody follows, I mentioned John Olson a while ago. He does his not Spreecast. What's he call his? Maybe it is.
TE Live.
Maybe it is Spreecast.
It's still Spreecast, but he calls it TE Live.
Yeah, maybe it was TE Live. But anyway, Eric was and I can embarrass him because he's not here, but he was the one that was the interviewee about a week ago, and I got to watch. I didn't get to see it live, but I got to watch the playback on John's site, and it was a really, really good hour. Really good hour. So you got a chance to go back and see that if you haven't seen it. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah, it was. I didn't know.
Some Lothar stuff in there too. So you should go watch it yourself.
I seen it. I watched it.
Yeah.
I didn't. That happened to be on my birthday, so I didn't catch it live either. But
Yeah.
I did watch the replay.
Yeah, it was a good interview.
Yeah, and I didn't know Eric was going through all that. Looking for ways to make money online and all that. So I didn't know he was doing any of that.
Yeah, I got into it early on. I mean, I would go. Eric and I work for the same company. We both do IT for the same company. So I would come to his house and we would work together just for company because we both work from home. And he'd have this stuff going on, and I was curious of what it was. And I kept seeing these ads coming up, and I could tell it was some kind of advertising, but I didn't know what was going on. And so he started to explain it to me, and that's actually how I got interested in it, was just learning it from him. But, yeah, the very early days, he was just trying to find something to do, and then he worked it out pretty well. He figured out what worked and what didn't, and he's a pretty smart kid. Although I don't think I've ever known anybody that can pick it up as fast as you have. That really,
the coding?
that really blows me away.
Well, I don't know. I kind of think that way. What
yeah,
helps is
I guess the gaming is kind of a good preparation for coding, and in a way, I think Eric said that on the interview too. The playing a game, figuring out the puzzles, doing the problems. The coding for a website is about the same kind of a thing. So you get the same kind of a challenge out of making the beholder battle that you would get trying to kill the main boss in a video game.
Yeah,
they're kind of similar.
Once you get
the feeling you get, and it kind of probably you're doing something that's worthwhile rather than just wasting your time killing pixels. And speaking of pixels, it's almost out. So I think we're going to have a Getman family night and go see Pixels in the theater all together.
Are you really excited about that one?
That is going to be a good movie.
I don't know. Mike said the same thing.
It's going to be good.
You think so, huh?
Yeah, I like the. For the same reason I like Wreck-It Ralph, because all my old games were in there.
Right.
And it's going to be the same thing. All these guys are going to come back.
My only problem is it's an Adam Sandler movie. And he's real hit and miss, man. Sometimes
that's true. That's
true.
But Pac-Man's coming back. So.
I don't know. I was too young for Pac-Man. It was too early for me.
You say that now, but I tell you, you had the record and you watched the TV show, the cartoon every day and
They had a
every
Pac-Man
week.
cartoon. I didn't even know they
Yeah,
had a
they
Pac-Man
sure did,
cartoon.
and you never missed it. But you were just too little, to remember.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
You were a Pac fan back in the days.
I remember Ninja Turtles, but I don't remember Pac-Man too much.
Yeah, Pac-Man was a little before that.
Yeah, and Mrs. Pac-Man. I don't know why there's a Mrs. Pac-Man or
Yeah,
Ms. Pac-Man.
I think there's a baby Pac-Man too. The most incredible thing I ever saw, though, there was a department store back home, and somebody put in a clone knockoff of Pac-Man, and because of course it was licensed by Nintendo, I guess, but it was called Popeye Pac-Man, and instead of the circle, you had actually a Popeye head with a pipe and everything going around, eating all the buttons and stuff, and trying to get the spinach, and all this stuff. And it was really the same exact game, but it was a complete knockoff. But it was actually a stand-up video game, where you put your quarters in. That was hysterical. Popeye Pac-Man. Anyway, enough about that.
Yeah, you ever watch now we're just BSing, by the way.
Here.
Yeah. Everybody else, forget everybody else. We're just talking amongst ourselves. But did you ever see what the heck was that documentary called? It was the documentary for Donkey Kong, the King of Kong. Did you ever watch that documentary?
That's the one where they had the competition. I may be thinking of a different movie.
It wasn't anything formal, really.
Yeah, okay. There was one about guys who were trying to get the highest score.
Yeah.
And they actually competed in contests, and one of them, the guy said he cheated because he didn't validate it properly, and it was a whole big thing. But
yeah, it wasn't really a competition, though. I think that's the one, but it wasn't really a set competition. It was just a guy.
It's not official, but yeah,
right.
Yeah, it's
right.
like who had the highest score, and they were fighting over it.
That was a really good documentary. I really liked that one. That one was pretty cool. Yeah, they had a guy had it in his garage, showing himself in the garage, and he broke the high score, and they didn't validate it, and people showed up in his garage and were pulling his boards out of the machine, and like, what the heck? What are you doing in here? And it was all a big deal. And so you didn't do it in front of people. Nobody witnessed you doing it. It's just on video, so it's not valid. And so he actually flew to, I don't know, Arizona or wherever the heck it was.
That's right.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was a good one.
Yeah, people get obsessed on things. Right now, it's G Power Surf Radio.
Hopefully people like. Hopefully you guys like that.
That's my hobby.
Hopefully you guys like that. We'll see if G Power Surf Radio is pretty cool. I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah, we'll see how it evolves. I don't know what the tastes of our audience are yet, so we'll see.
Yeah,
I love the Thursday stuff. I like the old songs. You know how that goes.
Yeah, that's going to be rough. I mean, everyone's different, right? So
yes, that's right. That's why I try to keep it
generic. Yeah, Shauna was making fun of your what do you call? I don't know what you call it. The difference between the last song and the next song. It was just like culture shock. One was I think you.
I was making fun of it. You were making fun
you were making fun of it too.
No, you started.
Yeah.
You played YMCA and then I think Celine Dion right after or something like that. I'm like, what the heck? It's like so random.
Yeah, the word is eclectic, and that's what it is.
There you go.
Got a little of everything.
Shauna's being mouthy, so now she's on camera.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Hi, Troy. Oh, he can't. You're on earphones, huh?
Yeah, he can't hear you, but he can see you.
Yeah.
And there's our laundry on the couch.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's been a long weekend. Alrighty.
All right. Well, we're 10 minutes short, but I think we're we're in pretty good shape. We talked about all kinds of random stuff. We made up for Eric's rambling, so with our own rambling. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and close this out, unless anybody else has any questions or
Oh,
anything. Oh,
we need a dagger, right? I mean, not a dagger, but a flail.
I put it up there a couple times. I'll put it up there one more time.
Did you? I haven't noticed. I'm sorry.
No, that's right. Yeah, I put it up there a couple times
You
already.
mentioned it in words.
Yeah, here is the link. What is that other noise? Is that I'm waking up? Oops. And I'm posting as Dad.
Yes.
And here's your fix for the day. Your cute fix. Say hi, everybody.
What a face there.
Yep. He's
really staring into the screen.
He is, yeah. Every time you talk, it switches to you, so he's like gets confused. He's like, "Whoa, yeah, that's your hair." Yeah. Yeah, he's a funny little guy.
Did he like the fireworks?
We really didn't see too many fireworks, so he wasn't really interested in it. Yeah, we didn't do our thing this year, but it's because everyone was going to Sequoia, so.
Well, we did it. We were at Mike's, or I was.
Oh, yeah.
But everybody else was pretty busy. But there were more illegal fireworks this year around here than I've ever seen. It was really bad. I mean, these guys went on for hours with big things in the sky that looked like Disneyland.
Oh, yeah. No, usually the police department gets on top of it. It's just too many.
Yeah, they were driving around, but they're pretty hard to find because they're hiding in the backyard. But they were all around Mike's house. Somebody spent a fortune on it. But it was fun to watch. We had a really nice night with lots of pizza.
Anyhow, I think we've stalled long enough at the end here so people can check out. So we'll see y'all later. Bye, everybody.
Say bye-bye.
Say bye-bye, Troy.
Bye-bye. Over here.
No, over there.
Say bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And we'll see y'all later.